Hello people! In Unit 4, we will review how to talk about experiences using present perfect tense or simple past tense. In the second part of this unit, we will study the adverbs that we can use to give instructions. Let's get started. What is your favorite Mexican food? What Mexican dishes do you think are original for people from other countries? Have you ever eaten traditional food from other countries? Think about that. And let's start with your book.
Unit 4. Have you ever tried it? Page 22. Exercise 2. Conversation. I've never heard of that. Part A. Listen and practice.
Hey, this sounds strange. Frog legs with butter and garlic sauce. Have you ever eaten frog legs?
Yes, I have. I had them here just last week.
Did you like them?
Yes, I did. They were delicious. Why don't you try some?
No, I don't think so. I'm a little scared of them.
Have you decided on an appetizer yet?
Yes, I'll have a small order of frog legs, please.
And you, sir?
I think I'll have the snails.
Snails? That's adventurous of you.
Page 22. Exercise 2. Part B. Listen to the rest of the conversation. How did Aiden like the snails? What else did he order?
Oh, good. Here comes our server now.
Here are your frog legs. And for you, sir, the snails.
Thank you.
These frog legs are delicious. How are the snails?
Well, I think they're... Yuck. Oh, sorry. I guess snails are too strange for me. I think I'm gonna order something else, if you don't mind.
Oh, sure. Go ahead.
Excuse me.
Yes?
I really don't care for this appetizer. Could you bring me something else?
Yes, of course. What would you like instead?
Try the frog legs.
No, I don't think so. I'll tell you what. Just forget an appetizer for me and bring me a nice, juicy steak with French fries and a large soda.
Page 23. Exercise 3. Pronunciation. Consonant clusters. Part A. Listen and practice. Notice how the two consonants at the beginning of a word are pronounced together.
Scan,
Start.
smart,
Snack.
spare,
Brown.
blue,
Skim.
step,
Smile.
snow,
Speak.
gray,
Play.
In Part B, you have to find more words on page 22 of your book that contain each consonant cluster from the ones in Exercise 3A and practice saying these words aloud. In this conversation, people used simple past and past perfect. Remember, we use present perfect to express only the experiences of life, to give specific information about the experiences, for example, when it happened, how it happened, where it happened. Then we use the simple past. Check your grammar focus and listen.
Page 23. Exercise 4. Grammar focus. Simple past versus present perfect. Use the simple past for experiences at a definite time in the past. Use the present perfect for experiences within a time period up to the present.
Have you ever eaten frog legs?
Yes, I have. I tried them last month.
Did you like them?
Yes, I did. They were delicious.
Have you ever been to a Vietnamese restaurant?
No, I haven't. But I ate at a Thai restaurant last night.
Did you go alone?
No, I went with some friends.
Now, take a couple of minutes to answer and complete these mini conversations in your book, using present perfect or simple past. Remember, if you use the present perfect, you will need the past participle of the verbs. Pause this video and work in your book. Here are the complete mini conversations. 1. Have you ever eaten sushi? Yes, I have. In fact, I ate some just last week. 2. Have you ever tried Moroccan food? No, I haven't, but I'd like to. 3. Did you have breakfast today? Yes, I did. I ate a huge breakfast. Have you ever been to a picnic at the beach? Yes, I have. My family and I had a picnic on the beach last month. We cooked hamburgers. And 5. Did you cook dinner last night? Yes, I did. I made spaghetti with tomato sauce. Now, take a couple of minutes to copy these 3 mini conversations into your notebook. Complete the conversations using the verbs in parentheses, using present perfect or simple past. Pause this video and work on your notebook, please. Here are the complete mini conversations. 1. Has your mother ever baked a cake? No, she hasn't. She has always bought cakes at the bakery. 2. What is the strangest food you have eaten? We tried crickets when I went to Oaxaca last year. 3. Has John already drunk the red wine we had in the refrigerator? No, he hasn't opened the bottle yet. But I saw him drinking a glass of wine last night. Oh, last night I invited him a glass of Claricot. Now, let's work an exercise for vocabulary. Match each word to the corresponding picture. We have bread, meal, cake, pasta, meat, the menu, soup, plate, coffee, water, and the check. Ready? Here we go. Here are the answers. Now, using the Google or a dictionary, investigate the names of the silverware set that we use on the table. Take 2 minutes to investigate these 4 names. All right, so we have a knife, fork, spoon, and teaspoon. Additionally, you can investigate the meaning of glass, cup, pitcher, salad bowl, and others that we use on the table. Now, listen to 6 mini conversations and write in your book if they are talking about these objects or not. If not, write on the line What might they be talking about?
Page 23. Exercise 5. Listening. Have you tried this before? Part A. Listen to 6 people ask questions in a restaurant. Are they talking about these items? Write Y, yes, or N, no. 1,
Have you finished with this?
No, I'm still drinking it. Thanks.
2,
Have you tried this before?
Yes, I have. And it's just as delicious as it smells.
3,
Did you taste it?
No, not yet. I'm waiting for the waitress to bring me a fork.
4,
Have you ever eaten this here? I ate it once, but I didn't like it. I think it was cooked for too long.
5,
How is it?
Great. Just the way I like it. Black and strong.
6,
Did you ask the waiter for it?
Yes, and it's my treat this time. You paid last time.
Number 1 is the example. They're not talking about a plate. They are talking about a drink, juice or water. In the number 2, no, they're not talking about the check. They are probably talking about a dessert, which smells good. 3 and 4, yes, they're talking about something delicious in the number 3, and in the number 4 about meat. The last time she ate that meat, she thought it was cooked for too long. Number 5, they're not talking about water. They're talking about coffee. She likes coffee strong and black. And in the number 6, they're not talking about the menu. They are talking about the check. In exercise 8, you have 6 different ways to cook. In the chart, you have different types of food. How do we usually cook this food? Take a couple of minutes and check the boxes. Do we bake, boil, fry, grill, roast, or steam this food? Here are the most usual options. We usually boil fish to make a soup, or we fry or grill the fish. Shrimp is very similar to fish. We boil the shrimp in a soup, or we can fry or grill in a barbecue. Eggs, we usually boil them or fry them in a pan, or also we could grill them. Chicken, we usually bake the chicken in an oven, or we can boil it in soup, chicken soup, or fry, or grilled, or also roast the chicken. Beef is similar to chicken. Potatoes, well, the only thing we don't do with potatoes is roast them. Onions, we usually boil them to make onion soup, or fry, grill, or sometimes roast the onions together with the chicken. Corn, we usually boil, fry, or grill the corn. Bananas are also boiled, fried, or grilled, but sometimes they put the bananas in an oven and bake them. Have you ever tried this kind of food? The second part of this unit is focused on recipes, giving instructions. Listen to this recipe for macaroni and cheese, which is a very common American dish.
Page 25. Exercise 9. Perspectives. Comfort food. Part A. Listen to this recipe for macaroni and cheese. Do you think this is a healthy dish?
Baked macaroni and cheese. 1 package elbow macaroni. 4 tablespoons butter. 2 cups heavy cream, 4 cups cheddar cheese shredded. First, boil the macaroni in a large pot for 5 minutes. Then melt the butter on medium heat and add the cream. Stir for about 2 minutes. Next, add the cheese. Stir until the cheese is melted. Season with salt and pepper. After that, add the cooked macaroni and mix well. Finally, bake for 20 minutes.
Now look at the steps in your book and number the pictures from 1 to 5. Would you like to try this traditional American dish? Here is the correct order. Now let's check the grammar focus in your book and complete the recipe in exercise A.
Page 25. Exercise 10. Grammar focus. Sequence adverbs.
First, boil the macaroni in a large pot. Then melt the butter on medium heat. Next, add the cheese. After that, add the cooked macaroni. Finally, bake for 20 minutes.
Here's a complete recipe. First, chop some olives, parsley, and cheese. Then, boil a pot of water. 3. Next, pour some couscous into the hot water and let it sit for 10 minutes. After that, drain the couscous and let it cool. Finally, toss the cooked couscous with the olives, parsley, and cheese. Now let's go with listening number 11.
Page 26. Exercise 11. Listening. How do you make it? Part A. Listen to people explain how to make these snacks. Which snack are they talking about? Number the photos from 1 to 4. There is one extra photo. 1.
This snack is one of my favorites. First, take a couple tomatoes and chop them. Next, chop half an onion and a little cilantro and put them in with the tomato. After that, you chop a small jalapeno pepper and add that in. Then, put in some lemon or lime juice. Finally, add a little salt and pepper. It's healthy and great with chips.
2.
This is really easy. First, you put a little oil in a pan. Then heat the oil. Next, put in the kernels and cover the pan. When the kernels start to pop, shake the pan gently every few seconds. In about a minute, the popping will slowly stop. After that, turn off the heat and pour it into a bowl. Finally, put a little salt on it and enjoy.
3.
My grandpa taught me how to make this easy breakfast. First, put egg, vanilla, and cinnamon in a bowl and mix them together. Stir in the milk. Then dip slices of bread in the mixture so both sides of the bread are wet. Cook the bread in a pan on medium heat until both sides are golden. It's delicious with maple syrup.
4.
My mom and I always used to make these. You need butter, sugar, egg, flour, and salt. Oh, and chocolate, of course. First, mix the butter, sugar, and egg together. Then add the flour and salt. Next, add the chocolate and mix it all together. Finally, make balls with the mixture and put them on a tray. Bake in the oven for 8 minutes. I love to eat them with a glass of milk.
The number 1 is a salsa. Number 2, popcorn. Number 3, French toast. And the last one, chocolate chip cookies.
Page 26. Exercise 11. Part B. Listen again. Check the steps you hear for each recipe. 1,
This snack is one of my favorites. First, take a couple tomatoes and chop them. Next, chop half an onion and a little cilantro and put them in with the tomato. After that, you chop a small jalapeno pepper and add that in. Then, put in some lemon or lime juice. Finally, add a little salt and pepper. It's healthy and great with chips.
2,
This is really easy. First, you put a little oil in a pan. Then heat the oil. Next, put in the kernels and cover the pan. When the kernels start to pop, shake the pan gently every few seconds. In about a minute, the popping will slowly stop. After that, turn off the heat and pour it into a bowl. Finally, put a little salt on it and enjoy.
3,
My grandpa taught me how to make this easy breakfast. First, put egg, vanilla, and cinnamon in a bowl and mix them together. Stir in the milk. Then dip slices of bread in the mixture so both sides of the bread are wet. Cook the bread in a pan on medium heat until both sides are golden. It's delicious with maple syrup.
4,
My mom and I always used to make these. You need butter, sugar, egg, flour, and salt. Oh, and chocolate, of course. First, mix the butter, sugar, and egg together. Then add the flour and salt. Next, add the chocolate and mix it all together. Finally, make balls with the mixture and put them on a tray. Bake in the oven for 8 minutes. I love to eat them with a glass of milk.
These are the cooking verbs used in these conversations. Talking about chocolate chip cookies, here's another recipe. Write the adverbs of sequence and copy this into your notebook. This exercise is not in your book. Here is the correct recipe. First, mix sugar, eggs, flour, and chocolate chips until you form a soft dough. Then, form small balls of dough or use a cookie cutter. Next, place your dough balls on a metal tray 2 centimeters apart from each other. After that, heat the oven to 170 degrees Celsius. Finally, bake the cookies for about 15 minutes or until they get color brown. Let them get cold and enjoy. Finally, take a couple of minutes to work on the reading on page 27. Read the article and match where do these sentences belong into the text. Write the letters A to E. Pause this video and work in your book. These are the correct matches. Remember to answer the Grammar Plus page 135 in your student's book and your workbook of Unit 4. Good luck, everybody.